Okay, what we're going to touch on this particular installment is assembling multi-part components, like, for example, the seats. Well, first we're going to trim off the excess from when we clipped off the sprue, which really isn't very much, and probably wouldn't be seen on these seats, but me being me, can't leave that alone. You're going to need your hobby knife to do it. You're going to probably want to get an emery board, or if you have them, a flexi-file, like what I'm showing at the bottom of the screen. You'll need some adhesive, and you'll need some clamps. These guys, believe it or not, these guys that I use a lot, I have two different sizes. They came from my local dollar store in the gardening center, and they're perfect for doing this sort of job. So we will check the fit of everything. Everything does not fit right because you see there's that little tab sticking up right there. Oops, sorry about that, guys. Right there, and we'll have to do something about that before we glue anything together. Anyway, what we're going to do anyway is we're going to sand the mating surfaces until they're universally flat, because that's what I do to improve the chances of getting good results. In the case of that little tab, I think what I'm going to do is we're going to just trim it off with a knife, and then we're going to sand it all down and say, yay! And blow off the sanding dust. Check our fit again. And our fit is much better now. In fact, I don't see any reason why I can't hit it with some adhesive. And you'll notice that I'm going to wick some in from the back sides first. Because, well, again, that's me. Put it on a flat surface, make sure, okay, you can see it. Make sure that the back is aligned with the bottom of the chair, or the seat, excuse me. And then I'll go around and wick a little bit of adhesive, my Tamiya extra thin, into all the joints. What we'll do in our next installment is we're going to, well, while you're here, while I'm here, while you're here, we'll do the same to the other pieces. We'll have, well, before I forget, because I don't trust glue. We'll clamp it up. Check our mating surfaces, because we know, you see, there's this one. This one has nothing there to begin with. Yay! Use my older one this time, simply because it's almost time to get rid of it, and replace it with the newer one. And again, pardon me if I'm forgetting to keep my hands where you can see them, but hey, doing a video is all new to me, especially one quite like this, where I'm going to show everything. Okay, and then we will sand it all down. And this is, of course, using my fine or 320 grit sanding. Didn't quite get it all. What do you know? Sanding sticks or flexi pads, excuse me. There's a flexi file too, and we will get to that, guys. We will get to that. Just like we did a minute ago. A couple minutes go by now. We're going to put the adhesive in from the back, let capillary action pull it up some into the joint, put it down, squeeze to make sure it's where it's supposed to be, and then go all around. What I forgot to do last time is give it a moment or two for the adhesive, the Tamiya cement to work, and then we will, I'm not even showing you, sorry about that, then we will squeeze the parts together to try and squeeze out a little bit of excess plastic at the top, at the joint, I should say. And we're going to see if that's going to squeeze out any. It's not going to, but it'll work. It'll work. We'll put those clamps back in place after I boobed it and sent the boys flying. I'll see if you are going to play my game. Not really. Well, a little bit, but that's all right. We'll get it where we want with the next step, which will be in the next episode. In the meantime, assembled earlier is the engine block. 2 pieces. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to smooth the mating surface for the front of the engine and the front of the engine piece. We're going to check to see if the fit's decent. And the fit is bad. What do you know? But we're still going to clean things up because, well, why shouldn't we? So, and that shows me, yeah, it's really not that good. So we'll switch to a more aggressive 2800 and just, pardon me, see if that's going to help us, or do we have to go out to a more aggressive sanding stick, which I've got. Now you can see how it's generally getting more flat. So I'm guessing that means we're good to go on this one. Just a bit more sanding. Until you're satisfied. If you're like me, well, sometimes, and I'm going to get around. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sneak in another tool here, guys. This is from Fordham. It's a square-shaped sander. I got mine from Elm City Hobbies. You cut your piece of sandpaper to size, fold the edges over onto the tool, and you slam the tool shut. You've got a perfect square sanding, because sometimes you don't. I could use a file, is what I'm going to say, but I prefer, well, yeah, now I get the right angle to see what I'm doing, and I'm hoping you're seeing what I'm doing. And I'm just going to sand right there, right in the edge at the moment. Check for fit. Yeah, I like the feel at the moment. I'll put the sander right here for right now, because what we're going to do is we're going to finish cleaning up and install the front cover. These parts I do not like cleaning up because they are never easy. There's always lines, there's always this, there's always that. And the worst part perhaps is cleaning up the fuel pump. And I will use I could use the back edge of my blade, but I prefer to use the front edge of my blade, the actual cutting surface of my blade, to do this sort of work because, well, it's the way to do it. If I was doing this just for myself, I wasn't doing a video, I wouldn't show you this, because in general I don't do this. But I can always push myself just a little bit further. I see. Again, the reason why I don't like this, and what I'm going to do then is, seeing I'm doing this for your benefit, I will run the knife blade all along the edge, because there's always a little bit of plastic that is there. We won't really see the benefits of doing it here on engine pieces, but we will see it later. Trust me, you will see it later. Now, this one has 2 locating lugs. Oops, and we didn't get the bottom edge, did we? No, we didn't get the full bottom edge, did we? Because I can see it's there. We're going to change the angle. I think we're here. We will do all around the oil filter too. Okay. Now, thank goodness for the angled ends, the angled front or back, however you want to look at it. We'll line it up against the mounting pegs. We'll give it a little sandy. I don't need to clean everything off. Ooh, and we're not going to fit in there, are we? No. Minor detail. We will come at it from the other angle. And make sure, again, we're wanting to get the surface flat and true, at least as much as possible. You'll never get perfect, but in my world, it's all about fit and finish. At least when it comes to models. Okay, I'm satisfied with it. I'm not going to say it's perfect. What I will do next is we'll put it on. Yeah, that's not bad. Without adhesive, and I saw one place I want to sand right here at the very top, just to get rid of the mold lines, because I know they're there. Mold lines are the bane of my existence in my book, but it's all right. Now that I'm satisfied with the look and feel of it, snap it into place, add a little bit of the extra thin cement. I probably use more than I need to, but hey, it is what it is. And then some will be horrified because I'm going to use some pretty big clamps on this. And in case anybody's wondering, yeah, that hole in the back of the oil filter right down there, yeah, if you really want to, you can fill it. I don't go looking around. I'll say you'll never see it. I'll never see it. If you want to, you can. If you don't, you won't. So I'll get my quick grip, yes, which is a bar clamp. This is a small one. I have some that are meant for actual woodworking. And we will slide it all together. I think I got these a long time ago at Home Depot. I've seen them elsewhere. Clamp it on the tail shaft, the tail end of the transmission, and hopefully at the front of the water pump and the front of the engine. We'll get it roughly centered in my clamps and give it a couple and leave it at that. Seeing as I'm here, we'll take a quick looky-see at the cylinder heads. Not the heads, excuse me. Yes, the cylinder heads. That is the right word. And we'll use again, seeing as we're here, we'll clean them up. And I'm always taking the blade out too far when I'm on video with you guys. That's the sprue attachment right there, and there's a little bit of plastic there. And as I recall, yes, right there. And swivel it all around, go through all four sides, looking to make sure what we've got is what we've got is what we've got. Then we will hit the mating surface again. Get it. And yeah, that's all good to me. That's one. And excuse me, this time around, because of their location when they go on, I'm not going to be able to do any more work to them when they go on, so I will take the molding line off, the mold seam line off by holding my sanding stick at about that angle and doing all four edges of the slide. At the bottom edge is where it is. I know where it is on this kit. I should have shown you how to locate it, but you can see if you can see the little string here on my, if you can see the little string here on my finger, that comes off when you sand it like this. And you don't really want that little string there. Now I know you're going to say, well, John, you didn't do that when you assembled the seats and the engine block. And the thing is, you're right, because I know I can work them later, and they will actually be beneficial to me later. So again, what we'll do, seeing we're here, we will do it all, give it all a nice little sand. You can see the strings. At least I think you can. I can see the strings, yeah. See the strings coming off. Not terribly impressed with how flat that part isn't on the inside of it, but we will. And I can see I can see the string there. You probably can't, but we will. Trust me, it was there. It's not there anymore. And I suppose a valid question for some of you will be, why are we doing this? Well, we want it to look realistic. I guarantee you there's any mold seams that there may or may not be on the full-size engine are not going to interfere with the fit and finish of it. And there's a beautiful little string of it right off right there. And then, because I know this may affect the fit later, the fit of the intake manifold, I'm going to take and we're going to smooth down this section, the insidemost section of each of the cylinder heads, just to make sure that it will look good and provide the flattest possible surface for our resin intake manifold. Now, I don't know if you can see the difference. I can see the difference. With our top one being at least partially sanded, the bottom one being not sanded at all. We're going to finish the top one, then we'll do the bottom one, and then we'll call it, or, well, no, I guess I'll show you how. I can see that's concave. And it'll take it way out. If I really sand it all the way down, it'll take it way out, and I don't need to. And I'm not going to putty, because that's definitely not going to be worthy of puttying in the long run. If nobody will see it, will know it's not right, but Is that good enough? Yeah, that's good enough. Nobody's going to see, nobody's going to know. And I want to say I want to put this on right now. Depends on the fit. No, I can't do that right now. Anyway, next time around, what we're going to do is we will tackle up cleaning up the two-piece assembly of the engine and making it look like it's one piece. And we'll do the same with the seats. By then, I will have the hood and its scoop assembled, and I will have this piece onto the body, the revalance onto the body, because I like to install all the body parts possible before paint that I can. And we'll talk about body prep next time too. We'll also have to start thinking about making sure our resin pieces are ready to go. With Fireball, they recommend soaking them in, not soaking them even, they want you to hit them up with some dish soap. So yeah, we'll do that next time, guys.